Oh, hi. Hello, everybody. This is Victor again, and today I am in the wonderful Orsay Museum. And look at this beautiful vaulted ceiling. It just gave the perfect light, natural light, to show the works of art just like it was in the 1850s when they had the Universal Exposition of Art in a room quite similar to this one that was built in the middle of the Champs-Élysées, and it was known as the Palais de l'Industrie, the Industrial Palace. Unfortunately, in 1896 it was demolished, but today we have the Orsay Museum to show you the works of art from 1848 to the turn of the century. Are you ready to see some wonderful stuff?
The moment that you enter into the Orsay Museum, it exudes turn of the century. La Gare d'Orsay, built exactly in the year 1900s. On this introductory level, they show us what was the art produced in the second half of the 19th century. Look at this beautiful statue, for example. It could have been produced during the Renaissance, but too classical for this era of changing times. Look at this other one. Here we see something different. It is a woman that has been bitten by a snake and she is dying. She is contorted. And look at her buttocks. That is not a defect of the stone. It is actually the little dimples of the cellulite in her derriere. Look at the rolls of fat in her waist. This is a different thing. This is realism. And in painting, also something is happening. This is the classical painting. Cherubs, Venuses. It could have easily been painted by a disciple of Botticelli. Look at this other one. It could be hanging in any Renaissance palace. Oh, but here is something different, something really shocking, even for today's standards. Imagine in the 19th century. It is Courbet, the father of realism, and it is known as the origin of the world. Another interesting painting. It looks like a Roman goddess, but it is a prostitute. Look at the stockings. It is something happening here. It is changing.
As you walk through the ground floor, the message that the museum is giving you is that to the right is everything that the establishment accepted. What was possible to have exhibited in the great Salon des Arts, the annual art exhibition. And to the left, what was rejected, what was too realistic, too modern, too shocking for that Puritan society of the second half of the 19th century. But everything is going to change. Let's go quickly to see what happened. And when we arrive to this point here, we have two choices. You don't have much time and you just want to see the Impressionists, then you take an escalator that way. But if you have a little bit more time, and you have to give yourself a little bit of time to see the Orsay Museum, then you go to the left. And right there, you're going to have three stories telling you of the transition and how we went into a new art. In French, Art Nouveau. Shall we go and see some beautiful Art Nouveau?
Okay, follow me. We have a lot to see. It is 3 stories of beautiful Art Nouveau. Here we have furniture, paintings, decorative objects from around 1870 to 1900s. Look at those interesting straight lines. And these other ones, Scandinavian school, they look like IKEA. And the floral patterns in this rug, beautiful. Quite intricate, contrasting with the very simple lines of the furniture. Nice, clean, modern. Art Nouveau at its best.
And finally, I arrived to the 5th floor, where they have the Impressionist. And look where I am, just behind the big clock that you see from the outside. I am at the very, very top of the museum. And they have wonderful things here. You know who are we going to start with? Toulouse-Lautrec. Yes. Printing, cartoon-like, fantastic.
And here we have La Collue. She was the muse of Toulouse-Lautrec, the main dancer at Le Moulin Rouge. And here we have an audience. And we can actually identify who is watching the show. This is Oscar Wilde, the Irish writer. Jean Avril, another dancer. And the little man with the bowler hat, none other than Toulouse-Lautrec himself. What a treasure! What a treasure! Déjeuner sur l'herbe, the masterpiece by Manet. And this is Renoir, dance at the Moulin de la Galette. I love this other painting by Renoir, Les Bagneuses, the bathers. It makes me feel so good because it's not that I'm fat. I was born in the wrong century.
Oh my God! Look what is behind me. Monet, the water lilies.
The beautiful water lilies by Monet, painted at Giverny, strokes of magic, genius. And the whole series of the Cathedral of Rouen, painted at different times of the day.
And look who I found. My old Dutch friend, Van Gogh.
And here we have some interesting paintings from his period in Arles, the south of France. L'Arlésienne, Starry, Starry Night, sunflowers. He was fascinated with sunflowers. And the man himself, what a wonderful portrait. And next to him, his friend, Gauguin, the freshness of his French Polynesian period, Tahitian ladies.
And now I have a well-deserved break. There is a fantastic coffee shop on the 5th floor, same level as the Impressionist. There is also a very nice restaurant on the 2nd or the 3rd floor. Very nice. You know, most of the people ask me why we have to go all the way up to the loft to see the Impressionist. And it is because it's not an Impressionist gallery. This is actually the museum of the transition between the 19th and the 20th century. So as you enter, it is explaining to you what the world was like in the second half of the 19th century. And as you progress, then you realize what the change was. And that is why it crowns the whole visit with the Impressionist. Really, I don't know. There is so much to see. You need to have a whole day to see all the wonders of the Orsay Museum. This is Victor Cartin, and this is Victor's Food and Travel. Come to the Orsay is amazing.